Hello, welcome to the Paige Campbell Show. Today we have Nick Piccinino
Hi.
and Noah Clarke.
How's it going?
How you guys doing today?
Pretty good, actually.
Good? Okay. We had a field trip yesterday.
Yep.
What'd you guys think of that? We went to, what was it called? Montpelier. We went to Montpelier, James Madison's house.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think? Thoughts?
It's a little bit boring.
Not bad.
It was the only reason I say boring. Boring is not the right word. Maybe a little bit depressing.
It was depressing after.
Depressing? I thought it,
after a while.
honestly, I thought it was fascinating.
I mean, I had fun. I
I had fun
enjoyed
too.
it. But then, like, after lunch,
Mhm.
you know, Nick and I were sitting there watching people, like, come in and everything, and it just kind of got sad.
It was really sad. There was a woman in her mobility scooter with her son, and it just kind of
Brought me down.
didn't make
The
me-
crippled woman brought me down.
No, it's not nothing
We
like
need
that.
more beautiful people
No,
at
no, it's not that.
Montpelier.
But apart from that, it was
Misunderstand me.
fun.
It just seemed lonely. That's all.
Lonely. Gotcha.
I liked our tour guide. I thought she was impressive.
She was.
Yeah. Honestly, I thought it was fascinating. Just the stuff about James Madison. Like, I think history's so fascinating. I don't know why. Like, I hate school. I hate education. I think it's a waste of time. You know. But science is obnoxious. I hate it.
Right?
But I like history. History is interesting to me. I don't know
see
why.
where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I can see where
More
you're
of a
coming
science guy, actually.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're more of a science guy. Okay. So tell me why you like science more than history.
I don't know.
You just find it more interesting.
Wish I could tell you.
Well, okay. So Nick, you have a topic for us?
Topic. I've been thinking, and I'm thinking we should talk about. Well, I mean, we could talk about field day today.
Field day.
Was it field day?
Honestly, if that was field day, I'm upset. I want my money back.
I do too. That was not a. Where are the water balloons? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Where are the water balloons? Where are the water guns?
water guns? And the park. We
It was-
didn't even go to Montgomery Hall Park.
It was lackluster. We didn't go to the park. We were forced to stay.
And
They tried to define fun for us. Here's the thing.
Daniel was late to that too. So
Daniel left and then came back. Here's the thing. You can't tell me what fun is. You know fun when you're experiencing it.
right.
It's true.
But you can't tell me what fun is. You can't tell
Can't
me.
just-
You can't
yeah.
come up to me and be like, "You're having fun the wrong way." It doesn't work. So I thought it was a lackluster experience.
It wasn't very well organized. I didn't know what was going on. Honestly,
I know, I
at
thought,
all. I was very lost.
I thought Dr. Feldsda was gonna come out.
I was expecting him to be there.
I thought he was going to talk
I
about
got a little
electrons.
excited. Yeah.
Here's the thing: if this was a movie, if Field Day was a movie,
Mhm.
I'd probably rate it three and a half,
3.5
to light
stars.
four.
Yeah,
4 out of 10.
5 bags of popcorn. Definitely
I would
not.
say so.
I give it 0 bags of popcorn
Oh.
and empty can of soda.
I mean, I was glad that we didn't have classes. That was very nice.
The thing is, I don't have class after lunch, so I
I
would have
do.
left anyway.
I have.
What do you have?
Government.
I had government too.
See,
I was glad that
Government's one of those classes. I find the topic interesting, but I hate the class.
Right.
Yeah, I have like Daniel, Shaddy, Isaac,
Speaking of
and
Daniel,
that's it. Yeah, Daniel was supposed to be a guest on the first ever Paige Campbell show, but
a little full of crap there.
he's not here
I
today.
think.
Yeah,
You know, he
I heard
promised all of us.
I heard he was coming. That's just what I heard. It's obviously not true. He's not in the studio.
Not in the studio. It's just us three.
We are in a nice studio.
It's fine. You like the studio?
By the way.
Threw it together.
I
Just
enjoy.
just threw it together.
It's nice. Lots of condenser mics in the back.
Yeah.
A lot of big, giant.
A lot of guitars, a lot of instruments.
A lot of instruments
A lot of
here.
expensive equipment. I don't want to touch. Keep my hands off that.
Don't know.
All right. So yesterday, 75th anniversary of Batman.
All right.
He's 75. That's crazy. That's a long time.
Pretty old.
He's an old man. What message do you have for his birthday?
I want to wish Batman a happy birthday. Many more to come.
Mm-hmm.
All I have to say is happy birthday, big guy. Save some cake for Robin.
I'm surprised he can still fight crime, honestly.
He's old.
Because, 75 he's getting up there.
He's an old man.
He's definitely over the hill.
well, yeah,
You know,
could
he's
say
going
that,
down.
yeah.
He's on the downward
Okay.
spiral to the
Yeah.
underworld. Downward to Tartarus
But I'd
Yeah.
argue,
or hell,
Yeah.
whatever underworld you
Yeah.
believe in.
I believe.
I'd argue that he's on. Even though he's grown old, he's on the rise. He's getting pretty popular nowadays.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Kids love him.
The kids love him. The adults love him.
If only he were better portrayed in the media.
In the media.
In the
Christopher Nolan does not paint a great portrait of Batman.
It's unfortunate.
Not the biggest fan of the Dark Knight's portrayal of the Dark Knight. He deserves more.
Lackluster.
It's lackluster, exactly.
Good word. Good word for
All
it.
right, Noah, you have a topic for us?
I do. I want to talk about Adam Sandler. I saw a commercial for another movie. What is he doing?
I don't know. Adam Sandler. The thing is, he's a funny guy, in my opinion. I think he's funny.
He was.
He was. He's had some funny movies in his day. But yeah, the last few movies, That's My Boy,
Right.
Jack and Jill, the
Jack
last few
and
movies
Jill.
he's put out are just absolute garbage.
Well, this new one doesn't look any better, and it looks like almost the same basic,
premise.
same basic formula, same basic, you know. The jokes are just seems like they're easy to come up with, and what he thinks kids are gonna laugh at, and it's
Right.
just
See,
terrible.
that's the thing. He's marketing towards children, not.
I think so. I think that's
he's
what
trying
it
to
is.
get the kids some cheap laughs. I don't think he's actually working for it. I think he has a reputation. He's gonna follow through with that reputation. You
Right.
know? And raking the millions.
You know what? I think he and Tyler Perry should just work together.
That Tyler
and-
Perry guy should make a movie. He hasn't made any movies.
Oh man.
Just kidding. He's made plenty of movies. Very few of them have been good.
A few TV shows I've
A few
noticed.
TV shows. House of Pain.
House of Pain. and
Got
there's-
House of Pain there.
There's a new one out now. It's.
I'm wondering when they're gonna make a Medea show. It's probably
Nah,
next on the list.
she appears in some of the shows, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I could see that in the future coming out.
Yeah.
I could honestly see.
I'm not a big Tyler Perry fan. I'm not a big black humor fan. And it's
Not, not to be racist.
not to be
but
racist. I love black people, but black humor, really amounts to a person yelling. That's it. It's like,
Yeah.
I do have to
A
admit,
lot of it.
Look at all me and my cousins did.
I agree. I have to admit, I'm a fan of the Boondocks. That's a great. I like.
Boondock-
that.
Really?
I personally.
I've watched it a few times, but I'm not a big fan.
Yeah.
But that does lead us down an interesting rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Cartoons.
Cartoons.
What cartoons do you like? Adult?
Does this topic deserve some theme music, Nick?
I think this.
All right, let's give it some theme music.
Just kidding. That was a faux Mario intro.
It's faux Mario. Mario's not a cartoon.
Not a
or
cartoon.
he had a cartoon.
He did, which was very poor.
Captain Lou Albano, voicing him and playing the live action. Dude, did you hear the guy that played Luigi died?
I heard that.
Oh really?
It was a month or two ago, but
It's a shame.
I know it was
Right after the year of Luigi.
brought it. Yeah,
Oh,
maybe
ironic.
during the year of Luigi.
Sad.
I'm not sure.
That's
horribly
really
ironic.
Worst year of Luigi ever.
Horribly
It honestly wasn't a great year of Luigi.
Oh.
Like, I mean, what do we get? We got Super Luigi U. That was good.
That was. I enjoyed that.
That's very expansive DLC. They call it DLC, downloadable content, of course.
Even though they
But
did
it's like
release it
the entire
as
game.
a disc, I believe.
They did release it as a disc,
You know, it'd be bad.
but it was also downloadable.
Bad for the world is a year of Tails, Miles Tails. I don't want that.
Tales from Sonic, or
Yeah.
Oh.
Tales?
Like Tails in general, that'd be kind of nice actually.
Yeah,
But
I like that. I like Tails.
chasing Tails.
I like whale tails.
Um,
But yeah, the year of Luigi. Like, what else did it give us? We got Luigi's Mansion 2. That was good, except for Professor Egad.
I'm
Did you
sorry.
play
not
it?
familiar, no.
Did you play it?
I played a little bit with my cousin.
Professor Egad is the worst thing to ever happen to Nintendo. Nintendo lore. He's worse than. What's something bad in Nintendo?
The Virtual Boy.
He's worse than the Virtual Boy.
Is that right?
Yeah. No, let me
Wow.
tell you about Professor Egad. You play Luigi's Mansion 2. I don't know. I played a little bit. I think he was in the first one. I played a little bit of the first one, not much. But in the second one, he tells you exactly what to do. Every single he's like you're about to open a door and he'll pop up, is interrupting your experience, and he'll say, "Open that door."
No.
You
That's the fun
go
out of
through
it.
the door, a ghost pops up. Hey, Luigi, why don't you suck that ghost into your vacuum?
It takes the fun out of it and the suspense out of
It
it.
was a great game, but Professor Egad, that's a deal breaker.
Is he just like a walkthrough or something? I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
He
he's
is
the guy that's like back at the headquarters while you're catching the ghosts.
I don't know about that.
I mean, I love how Luigi's Mansion is a huge ripoff of Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like in Ghostbusters, I mean, there's 4 of them. But in Ghostbusters, you have the 4 of them, and they're using their vacuums to suck up the ghosts, right?
Right.
That's the concept of it. They're 4 cranky New Yorkers sucking up ghosts into their vacuums, and then Nintendo releases this game, and it's Luigi sucking ghosts into a vacuum.
I'm kind of excited about.
It's a good game.
Bring that vacuum into the new Super Smash Bros.
Into Smash Bros. Yeah.
It's gonna be kind of cool.
I do have a question about Ghostbusters. You know, Ghostbusters 3 apparently is in the workings. I think they were writing it.
Really?
But Harold Ramis died.
Yeah.
I think
they
were writing it, and I think they were almost done with the script when Harold Ramis died. So my question is, you think they'll make it with Harold Ramis not being with us?
I would say he's pretty essential. I don't know.
I had an idea. I'm going to pitch it to Hollywood right now. Hollywood, I hope you're listening. Harold Ramis is the final boss in Ghostbusters 3. And
He's a ghost.
I know some people might be saying, hey, that's irreverent. It's too soon. Harold Ramis would have been fine with that being part of his legacy.
I think so. I think.
The 3 Ghostbusters, they're mourning Harold Ramis' death the whole movie, and then at the end, reanimated like a ghost Harold Ramis.
We're at that level
comes
of
up,
CGI.
and they got it. Yeah, just
That
some
would be
CGI.
kinda cool.
That would be great. I would love that. They find out the ghost, and they have to catch their friend, but they don't want to hurt him. You can't hurt a ghost, can you?
I don't know, actually.
I don't really know.
I'm not.
Let me
Can
ask
ghosts wear like chains?
Chains.
Marley goes to
Yeah,
Marley.
Marley, but like.
Like
those
real
things
chains,
go,
like
I guess
I think-
they're ghostly chains.
When ghosts touch something, it immediately identifies with them. So they
Chills. You get cold chills when they pass
touch
through you.
you.
I know that
They feel like
from my own experiences.
Right, do you believe in ghosts? Nick,
Um,
do you believe in ghosts?
Putting you on the spot.
Put me on the spot.
Putting you on the spot.
Um,
It's a big question.
do I believe?
That's why they pay me the big
Do I,
bucks.
do I believe in ghosts?
Do you believe in
I
love?
like to discuss this.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. We're here to
I
discuss.
can't give a definitive answer.
Do you believe
right
in
here.
life after love?
Life after
I
love?
believe in life after love.
Love.
Can I ask the host a question?
Well, life after death. Is that pretty much the same thing? Life after love? Love is death?
I would say, if that's your opinion. Would you give Daniel a call?
Artyom just texted me and said, hey, what's a good racist joke?
All right. That kind of stuff.
I can't. Doesn't he? Asterisk. He put an asterisk at the end, too. You guys know any good racist jokes?
Is there like a extra? Is there like a note at the end that's
No,
supposed to?
Like P.S. No, I don't know. I might get back to him later. I don't want to
Here's the thing
get
about-
myself in trouble on the very first episode of the Paige Campbell show.
Here's the thing about Artyom.
hmm
Why the racist joke?
I don't know.
What's up?
I want to get Artyom on the show.
That'd be fun.
Artyom.
He's a little uncontrollable.
He is. I love Artyom
I
because
love the guy.
he's a wild card. You never know what he's gonna say.
It's true.
He just comes out and you never know what he's gonna say. He's a firecracker.
Nor how loud he's gonna say it.
Hey, you remember what he said to me on the bench today during field day? He called someone a really mean name. I was not expecting it. I laughed thoroughly.
Okay. I don't think I remember this. Elaborate a little bit.
I can't give any specifics, but.
Are we keeping this show?
What?
GNF rated?
PG?
We're not gonna go blue, are we?
You can say whatever you like. I'm
Okay.
here. I might drop a word or two.
I'm gonna try not to.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna. I'm just saying what pops into my head.
Yeah.
So he was talking about a certain person, and he called that certain person a blank, 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 blank.
There's a lot of blanks. I don't know what they stand for in that
Well-
sequential order.
Last time this happened, somebody got fired from the NBA.
Okay, Paula Dean. Paula
Her
Dean
too.
gets in trouble.
She got fired from the NBA, I believe.
Paula Dean. Yes.
And I've been thinking about it. I remember before you mentioned something about our favorite cartoons, and
Mhm.
I've been.
Oh
chewing on-
yeah,
I've been
we
chewing on that
didn't
for a while.
really go into
I
that.
didn't go into that.
I love Adventure Time.
There's some.
Who you calling?
Our other guest.
Daniel.
We have a guest on the line.
All right, we got Daniel on the line. He was supposed to be on this episode. I was gonna think that was his punishment though, missing out on being on the
Or
first episode.
calling him and putting him on the,
This is gonna be a show. I mean,
putting him on. Hello? Daniel? Hey,
where
dude.
are you?
I can't come.
Why?
You didn't tell me that.
I thought I did.
No.
I don't know. I told you.
You
I
said you
couldn't
could.
get the
You told me you
microphone.
couldn't find microphones. You didn't tell me you couldn't come.
Wait, why? Are you getting your hair cut?
I'm getting a haircut.
Oh, okay.
How did you know?
We wanted to show the viewers, or the listeners, your haircut. We wanted to show the listeners your haircut.
Do you think you could?
I don't know.
Hey, this is Nick
No,
speaking.
I'm gonna be busy.
Hey, do you think you can rub your head against your phone so
Hey,
you can get a little bit of that hair
Tell Becca
action?
hi for me.
I'm not hanging out with
Yeah,
Becca.
you're busy. Yeah, I know what that means.
Okay. I feel Becca for tomorrow so we can hang out tomorrow, though.
Tomorrow's free comic book day.
Tomorrow is also Apple Blossom. I just found out I'm gonna be gone. Like, I'm not even
All
kidding.
day? Like, this is at night. I mean, like,
Well, no, I literally just found out that I'm gonna be in Winchester after my SAT tomorrow. Kind of bummed.
when are you getting back?
What?
When are you getting back?
I don't know. Hopefully not too late.
Let me talk to Paige.
All right.
I'm here.
Here's Paige.
Oh. Hey, Paige.
Hey,
What are you doing tomorrow? Besides
comic
free
day.
comic book day, like at 6 or 7 o'clock.
what?
What are you doing tomorrow,
6
like
or
at
7
6 or 7
p.m.?
o'clock?
6 or 7 p.m. or 6 or 7 a.m.?
PM.
P.m. Okay. Nothing that I
Why
know.
would I be up at 6?
Masturbating.
Well, that's 5 o'clock.
That's all
And
day
then
for me.
And then 9, and then 11, and 1. Every 2 hours.
Well, hey, Nick's still here.
Only 2
This is Nick
hours.
speaking.
I probably won't be back by 6, so
What time?
I don't know.
We'd be back by like 7 or 8?
Probably not. I don't know what's going on, but
Well, tell everybody that's with you that tomorrow at like 7 or 8, we're having a 6, 7, or 8. I don't care. We're gonna have a big bonfire, and that they should come to my house since you're too much of a faggot.
A
And you're
bonfire
gonna
at your
deal with
house? All right, let's watch the.
blossoms and your boyfriend.
Let's
you
watch the
kissing
Slayers on this show.
well, I wanna be there, but I just
Nope, you're gonna be with blossoms. I understand.
it's a big thing in Winchester
No, I can probably
I
come.
know it is. I understand. You're gonna be with
in the
blossoms.
morning. Yeah.
We got a musical interlude here.
All right. Well, I hate that you can't be here. Nick. All right, Nick.
Are you guys doing it now? Am I on it right
You're
now?
on the show.
You're on the
Yeah.
show.
You're live on the show.
Live on air.
You are right now?
See, it's unfortunate because your punishment was going to be that you were not on the first show, and Noah decided to call you. So
I am on it. I'm not dead.
you're on the first show. Well,
What was that?
you're gonna have to pass on that offer.
Am I on speakerphone right now?
You are indeed.
Yeah.
Am I on speakerphone?
Yes.
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 Yay!
Detective. We've got a detective here.
you can segment it until your lips fall off.
What?
You stink like I don't like it.
What?
Well, I'm sorry, you queers.
Well, that's a little rude.
It's another slur there.
All right,
I
that was
don't-
pretty mean. Let's get back to the show.
All right.
Well-
See, Daniel. I'll try to come to your fire tomorrow. Are we sacrificing any virgins?
Probably will. I'll take you out if you want.
I only come to fires if we sacrifice virgins.
Well, no, we are doing that.
Okay. Actually,
That
I
will be
don't know
done.
why they sacrifice virgins. You should sacrifice whores.
Also, on
That's
an
true.
unrelated note, can you bring your sister?
All right.
I don't know about that, Daniel.
Just hang up the phone. Just hang up the phone.
All right,
You
Daniel.
hang up first.
You hang up.
Don't listen to Nick. He's mean.
You hang up.
You hang up.
Can I still come to the bonfire?
You hang up.
You hang up. Hey.
You hang up.
All right. Bye, Becca.
Daniel.
All right.
No, but honestly, I don't know why they sacrifice virgins. They should sacrifice whores.
That's a good point. Let's
because-
talk about
It
that.
just seems like a waste of a good virgin.
It's because they're pure.
They're
That's, a pure sex.
Yeah, that's kind of true. Like,
Oh yeah, you don't want to send something dirty to the gods.
it's the gods want to pop that cherry. Okay.
Cartoons. It's not published. Let's-
Cartoons, yeah.
Let's not post this.
Let me tell-
Let's burn
I
this.
like
on,
this.
We should burn this on a
We can
CD.
cut.
If
We
you
can
get,
cut.
yeah, I can cut
There's
it. If you
cuts.
get offended, but I said it, you didn't.
Well,
Can
go
you-
by
can-
association.
Can you cut this whole section?
Maybe.
Cartoons.
Probably
guess,
not.
Guess
I'm
what
probably not gonna
guess what I was watching before I came here.
Okay.
District 9. Have you seen it?
Dude, District 9's great. I
Cool
love
movie.
District 9. Have you seen District 9, Nick?
No, I haven't.
I missed the beginning, but I enjoyed what I saw, and might I add, very gory, very satisfying.
Yeah, it's great. It's District 9. If you don't know what it is, it's who's it made by?
It's like I think he's like French or something. I don't think he's.
I thought he was a popular director.
I don't think he is actually,
But it's a commentary on racism, basically.
Really?
Basically, well, it is. Basically, these aliens, they crash land on our planet. They don't mean they weren't trying to come to our planet.
like 2009, I think, when the
Right.
movie
Yeah, it's
hit.
like 2009 or something. They crash land on our planet, and they, they're not malicious whatsoever. They come here
Nice. They were nice. Actually.
and they're disgusting. They're ugly looking. They look like giant roaches or whatever. But they crash land on our planet. They're nice guys, and they're not trying to attack us. And we're afraid of them because we have this preconceived notion of, oh, aliens are gonna come and they're gonna destroy our planet. They're not gonna destroy her. So we build these slums, and we throw the aliens in the slums, and we make them live there.
I see where you're going with this.
It is. It's like the idea of the movie was it's a commentary on racism because they hate the aliens, but they hate them out of fear.
Right.
Back in like the days of slavery and the days of the civil rights movement, like we hated black people because we were afraid of them. They were different than us, right? So the aliens come, and we're afraid of them. So we throw them in the slums, and they're nice guys. On that note, believe in aliens?
I don't know.
I don't think. I
It's
don't.
an
I don't.
interesting. That's a very interesting.
I'm gonna give the vaguest answer possible. I honestly don't think they exist. But as Justin Bieber would say, never say never.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
See, the thing
I
is-
think there is at least life in a micro level
Right.
somewhere. There's gotta be.
Gotcha. See, the thing is for me, like, I definitely believe in aliens, right? And you always have these debates with people, and they're like, oh, yeah, they just write off aliens. There's not a chance aliens exist, And I think that's a ridiculous thing to say because we live in an infinite universe, right? We live in a universe is made up of many galaxies, right? We live in the Milky Way galaxy. We've seen a fraction of our galaxy. Our galaxy's huge. We've seen a fraction of our galaxy. That's all we've seen. And there's probably more than one universe, Universe is made up of many galaxies,
Could be. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so I just think, like,
Could be. Could very well be.
I'm sorry. I got a little confused there. Sorry.
it doesn't make sense to me that there would be this huge, like, vast set of universes and there just wouldn't be anything else out there.
I heard a good point that
Mhm.
what is it? It's like the few people that have been outside of Earth, tell us what it's like out there and whatever, and we believe that, like what the Earth is round or whatever, It's like, I mean, it's sure it is, but like hundreds of people have seen UFOs. Am I wrong?
That's true. Like, only
How much is it
a
going to take
handful,
for
like
there
10,
to be
15 people have actually been to space. I don't know the exact number. But yeah, that's true. There's hundreds of UFO sightings.
Yeah.
See, I don't know. The thing is, if there's a really intelligent, like, species out there, I think it's vain. We're vain as humans to think that they would come here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if they have this amazing technology, I guess to conquer us, maybe. But if they have this amazing technology and, like, stuff that's so much better than us, why would they bother with us? You know what I mean?
See, what I think it is, if they were made by God like we were, they would probably know that, and like we're fallen.
Mm-hmm.
If there's an alien species that hasn't fallen or something, then they're probably like good,
Yeah, who's to say they're fallen? Like, I don't,
good spirited, and I don't think they would attack.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
I don't think.
Nick,
I
Wayne?
don't think so.
I think. May I suggest something for the show?
Yeah.
I think we should play a game.
Okay.
Good segue.
That was a great segue.
Okay.
What game?
I'd like to make one more point about
Okay. I'm
aliens.
sorry about that.
No, you're fine. An argument I've heard against alien life is that our world is 1 in a million, 1 in a trillion, really. Like the way, where we are in relation to the sun, and like our atmosphere and our gravity. Like, we have everything perfect that life needs to live. Our planet is really the only planet that could possibly sustain life.
Yeah.
My question, my thing is, like, who's to say another species would need what we need to have life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everyone's like, oh, there's not a possible way there could be another Earth like ours. Why?
Well,
like aliens. I mean,
could be more
fish
than one
breathe
sun.
under the sea, right?
Titan.
We can't breathe under the sea.
The moon Titan. I think it's one of Jupiter's.
Mhm.
Has apparently they sent a probe there or something, and it took pictures, and there's mountains and rivers and lakes and stuff.
Mhm.
And when the science like NASA got those pictures, they were like, what? There's another planet with that kind of geography, but it's all filled with like sulfur or carbon or something. So
Right.
like, if that's the environment of that planet, like ours is water, and we that's
Yeah,
our
like
lakes.
80%
Theirs are,
water, something like that. No,
I'm not saying that there's aliens, but
I'm not one of these people that thinks aliens are like on Mars or something. But I think like we live in a vast universe, and I just think it's kind of ridiculous to say there's definitely not aliens out there.
I think it's just really.
All right, so the game.
I don't have a black and white opinion, really.
We never answered the cartoon question.
What was it?
Cartoon.
I do want to talk. Like, what cartoons do you like? There's a lot of cartoons. I
Classic
like.
SpongeBob.
There's so many good cartoons.
your favorite cartoon.
Oh, his favorite. I don't know if I could boil it down to.
The timer starts now.
I don't know if I could boil it down to
All right,
one
well, we're on
singular
time.
cartoon.
We're on time to do this. Okay.
I don't know if I could boil it down to one singular cartoon.
Well, I like classic SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Before the shift of whatever.
Yeah, the new ones are just an abomination in the sight of God
rough.
and man.
Very often.
It's true.
It had to be said.
Let's.
Adventure Time is a show I'm watching now. That
I like
really
anime.
love. Anime's good. What's an anime you like? Pokemon.
Pokemon is
My all-time favorite anime.
Fantastic.
Of course.
fantastic. Have either of you
Here's one thing I don't understand about the Pokemon video games, right? Okay, so there's a lot of like things in Pokemon that are just weird, right? But you get through the game, you catch.
I think Pokemon has a little bit to say about slavery, or not racism and slavery, I guess.
Yeah.
To be honest.
So you catch the legendary, right? The big legendary. Every game has a legendary that they advertise. You catch the legendary, and you're like, oh heck yeah, I got the legendary. I'm gonna go use him in a battle, right? You go to just the next Route 19 or whatever. I don't know what route it would be, but you go to the next route, and you go into like Hiker Tommy or something, and you go and you fight Hiker Tommy, and you throw out Kyogre or whatever legendary it is. And you think that like his head would explode.
Right.
You think he would be like, "What? How'd
Right.
you get that?" But instead, after you defeat him in like one hit, he's like, "Oh, did you see what my Dustox did?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's just
Yeah.
like he's not shaken by the fact that he just saw a Kyogre come out of some random trainer's ball.
That's ridiculous. Especially since they're legendary Pokemon. Or Pokemon,
There's only one.
Everyone knows about them. They're legends.
That's my question about legendary Pokemon too. There's only one of them, right? Like obviously there's Mewtwo that was made in a lab, right? With Mew's DNA.
Right.
They took him and I guess Genesect is the modern iteration of Mewtwo made in a lab.
Yeah.
But like, how is there only one of a Pokemon?
Yeah.
Because like, biologically that doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? He would have to have parents that looked similar to him.
Right.
Or she.
They eat.
I think
do
there's
they
something.
eat them? That's my question. Who like? I assume.
Does who eat who?
Do the people in the Pokemon
Eat
universe
Pokemon?
eat Pokemon?
I don't think they do because that would be cruelty to Pokemon.
No, I think Tauros would be delicious.
You see Team Rocket. No, that's my question though. You never see like other animals, like just normal
Yeah, there's no
in the Pokemon
animals.
world, but you do see them eat meat. So that's a very astute point.
I remember a specific episode where they were making eggs, and I was like,
No, they feed the Pokemon.
Those Togepi eggs.
what were they?
They feed the Pokemon meat.
And if
You
you,
know,
think
like
about
you
it,
see Pikachu like chowing down. Is that like cannibalism? Is he eating another Pikachu?
a lot of Pokemon are vegetables too. So if they're not meat
that's a good
eaters,
point.
they're eating vegetables. They're
Yeah, you have an execute salad sandwich. Something like that.
That'd be delicious.
Something along those lines. What other animes do you like?
The Dragon Ball. That's classic.
Dragon
That's
Ball.
not
No,
always
that's
a
true.
zone.
I like Bleach. I'm a Bleach guy.
is cool.
See, I'm not too much into anime.
Yeah.
I did see there's a show on Adult Swim the other night. It's called Space Dandy.
Have
new
not
show.
seen
That
this one.
sounds cool.
And
Adult Swim has some great
it's
shows.
interesting.
I love Adult Swim.
Adult Swim's good stuff.
You
I like
may
a lot
be
of
coming soon to Adult Swim.
90s anime, 80s and 90s.
Oh yeah.
Older stuff.
I'm not too big into anime, but what I've seen, I like
Yeah.
Bleach and Pokemon.
It's good,
Obviously,
cool stuff.
Pokemon's great.
Have either of you guys seen that show Uncle Grandpa?
I've
Uncle
seen
Grandpa.
commercials.
No.
I don't know what to.
It's a terrible show.
I don't know what to do with
watch
my
it.
life.
I haven't seen it.
It's on Cartoon Network, and it's the worst show I've ever seen.
Have you seen
Yeah.
Trip Tank?
See,
yet?
Cartoon Network's a weird, like, an anomaly to me because they have like so many shows that are great, but then they have so much just crap
That's
too.
true.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you got like the Problem Solvers.
Yeah,
Ah,
Secret Mountain Fort Awesome.
Awful.
You know, South
Oh,
Park is a
yeah.
cartoon. That's
South,
close
dude,
enough.
I
That-
love
that's
South
a
Park. South Park's great.
glorious-
South Park is a good show.
Glorious cartoon right there.
Yeah, you know what's supposed to be a good cartoon, and I've been hearing so many good things about it. People tweet about it all the time, and I want to get into it. I haven't gotten into it. Rick and Morty. Have you heard of it?
Yes.
I don't know. You know, you watch Adventure Time. I don't know if you watch
I've
Adventure
seen
Time,
it.
Noah. Yeah, the voice of Lemon Grab. I
Okay.
believe he's the creator of it.
Oh wow.
And it's supposed to be really good. I hear so many good things about it. People always tweet. It trends a lot. People always tweet, and they're like, "New Rick and Morty," and like I always want to get into it, but just
I
haven't.
kind of like regular show. I don't watch it that.
Oh, dude,
that
regular
much.
show's great too.
I'm not religious about it, but you know,
Yeah,
it's a good
yeah,
show.
regular show's great.
What I've seen.
That new show Clarence is good. You guys should check that.
You were telling me about that today. I haven't seen Clarence.
It's
All right.
Yeah,
Is it
Paul?
Daniel?
During the show, I don't answer calls during the show.
Only make them.
we make calls. We put people on the spot.
Put people on the spot. That's why they pay me the big bucks.
That's why that's he's unpredictable like that.
I'm a firecracker. You know.
What are we gonna do with you?
I'm gonna buy some. Any other cartoons you'd like to discuss?
Scooby-Doo is
Scooby-Doo. I mean, obviously, yeah. There's the classic, like Scooby-Doo.
that and
You know,
a
like
pup-
classic
a pup
cartoons,
named
like-
Scooby-Doo.
I wasn't
Yeah.
allowed to watch Scooby-Doo.
Oh yeah,
Is it really?
classics. There's a
I
ton,
wasn't.
tons of
My-
classics.
Yeah,
there.
sometimes there would be like a thing where like I'd watch Scooby-Doo and my parents would usually be okay with it, but sometimes they'd be like brewing up like a potion
Oh,
or like doing some witchcraft, and my dad would get mad. He'd be like,
Speaking of-
"Paige,
speaking
is
of-
this some witchcraft you're watching?"
Speaking of dogs and witchcraft, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
that's a
great
great
show.
show.
Great
That is
cartoon.
That is a very that's a
Fantastic
weird show.
television.
There's a dark tone to that show.
It was very dark.
Very
It was
dark.
unsettling as a child watching that show.
I thought of an anime to note: Speed Racer.
Great.
Speed
Great.
freaking Racer.
I wish I was a,
Get into that.
wish I was a kid when that was on.
Oh man,
It's a
I love
great
Speed
show.
Racer.
But what you were saying about the shows
Speed
being
Racer.
darker back then, that was the storylines were like bizarre and crazy in the 90s.
A lot of
cartoons.
Oh yeah, the
A lot of
'90s they were
experimenting.
experimenting.
A lot of rebellion, I guess.
But
Yeah.
the norm.
I guess it happens about like every 10 years. Like
Yeah.
a generation grows up and there's like more rebelling because like in like the 60s, right? Like they were going crazy. They were going to Woodstock. They're like smoking their joints and rolling around in the mud.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
And then people got more civilized, I guess. But then the 90s, you saw that again. Like the media took like a dark turn and like people were experimenting and trying to be more edgy with shows. And I guess it's kind of happening again.
Kinda.
Kind of. I mean, there's some dark stuff coming out, which is nice. I like some dark stuff. That's why I like modern comic books. Like so many people talk about like classic comic books, and I
Right.
like the classics too. The Infinity Gauntlet and Crisis on Infinite Earths. They're great classic storylines, but I hear people say that the new stuff is garbage compared to the old stuff. I like the new stuff so much more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo
Great,
killing it
great.
on Batman. Killing it.
Great work there.
Yeah.
Fan of Scott Snyder.
Yeah, he's the best. The best. Mark my words. I'm going on the record saying.
I don't even read comic books that much, but
I'm going on the
do
record
like-
saying Scott Snyder is the best comic
I-
book writer in the
Yes.
world.
Okay.
And there's a lot of great ones. Don't get me wrong. I read comics every week. I buy them every week, 3 or 4 every week. And I read a lot of comics. But Scott Snyder's the best. Free comic book day tomorrow.
Might have to participate. I missed record store day.
You should. G2K does it. They only let you get like 2. G2K.
Really? Just 2? That's
Yeah, I'm going to Atlas for free comic book day. They let you get like 10.
cool.
I'll probably stop by G2K. But
I thought of a fun game.
okay, let's do your game. I like that.
What about Truth or Dare?
Truth or
Truth or
dare?
dare? Okay, how are we gonna see? I like the truth or dare idea.
Yeah, well, we are on
What were we
audio,
talking
it's
about? I
not,
lost my train of thought.
We're talking about truth or
Yeah,
dare.
that's the thing. Truth or dare. That'd be a fun. I like the concept.
Right.
But
It's gonna
how are we
kinda
gonna show
sound-
the dares?
It's gonna kind of sound weird. There's a little bit of a continuity error, probably.
Yeah, I know.
Technical.
The computer went into sleep mode. I pressed spacebar to wake it up, and I guess spacebar stopped the recording. So I'll press M or something
We lost a little
next
bit,
time that happens.
Lost a little bit of that ghost power. All right.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
it's okay.
Natural.
We can put a segue there. No one will know what happened.
So truth or dare? Does that sound?
Wait,
good?
are we sure? Because if it's a wild dare that involves putting flour on my breasts, how are we gonna film that?
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, how
That's
are we
it.
gonna show the dares? We could just play truth.
We could do truth or
I mean, that's when I'm asking questions and
Truth
you're
would be-
asking questions. Like, that's kind of the same thing. Playing
Yeah.
truth. There's no secrets in the
trying to
pit
think.
at the Paige Campbell.
You know what I was thinking would be funny if if Daniel would actually stay true to his word and come to this kind of a thing. If he
Right.
brought Cards Against Humanity,
Oh yeah,
and
we
just
should
kind
do
of
an episode
read
where,
some
where
random
we play cards.
read some random card. Yeah.
We should
or
do an
just
episode where we
It'd
just
be
play
cool.
it. Like, that'd be
kinda
fun, just like a game of Cards Against Humanity. I want to get to my topic.
Cool. All right.
I'm sorry.
Put the game off, or do you want to play a game and then?
We can do a game.
Quick game.
You got
Any
a game
ideas
for
on
us,
a
Nick?
game?
What
Would you
about-
rather?
Would you rather? I was thinking about that.
Would You Rather is a good game.
Yeah.
Can you hear that?
High
It's
five.
It's a high five. The quintessential Would You Rather question I forgot. I think Andrew Wilson asked me. This is the quintessential.
I think I know where this is going.
I think I've asked you guys before, but it needs to be said. It's the quintessential. Would you rather watch a sex tape of your parents or with your parents? Watch a sex tape with your parents next to you.
We're gonna do parents or grandparents.
Oh, you could do grandparents too. Both equally a terrible question. But that's the quintessential, because the whole thing of Would You Rather is like they're both terrible, and I don't want to choose either of them.
That's a
right?
good one.
And you don't want to choose either of those. Both of those are terrible.
I'd like to choose none of the above.
Well,
You gotta
that's
make a
not the
choice.
game. So
Can we ask questions?
Yes.
All right.
yeah, just do a different Would You Rather. I just wanted to throw
So
that
we,
one out
we
there.
ask each other questions.
Food for thought.
Right.
Be completely honest.
It's food for thought,
Let's
Noah.
get. How about some? How about we get a? How about, all right. So we've got the question, and then we've got questions about the question, or the prompt, or the premise, or however you want to call that.
Mhm.
And then we cast our votes. Are we all three gonna play, or
For what?
for Would You Rather?
Would you rather? We're playing.
Are we using that one, or do you want to come up with another
No,
one?
we don't have to use that
come
one.
with another
That, I just threw
It's a
that
good
out.
one. It's a good one.
I threw that one out there. It's food for thought.
I'd watch it with.
I think it is the quintessential.
answer.
I'd say with too.
With.
I think my answer would be with, because it's like they're both terrible, but like with, it's just kind of, it's the lesser of two evils.
Yes.
Of is terrible. With would be awkward though. You're sitting there and it's like, can we? Turn
I mean,
this
they
off?
wouldn't know
No.
if I watched of.
Oh, they wouldn't know, but think about that. That's an image you cannot get out of your head.
Another.
Because like you walk in on your parents. It's
Well,
happened.
nah.
No, like when I'm little, right?
Well,
Like I would walk in when I was like in kindergarten. They'd forget to lock the door, and I'd walk in, and I didn't know what they were doing. But in hindsight, I think back and I'm like, yeah, I know what they were doing. But you don't really see much, right? If you a sex tape, you're seeing everything.
true.
There's no covers. There's no smoke and mirrors. You're seeing the entirety of the act.
Nice.
No. Okay.
I thought of a really good game actually. It's called.
Are
Truth.
we done with Would You Rather?
Truth or dare?
It's called Truth or Truth.
Truth or
Okay.
We go around. We
Truth
ask
or
people-
lie? Oh, two truths and a lie. Have you played that?
Oh.
Oh, Two Truths and a Lie is fun. We
Two
can play
Truths
that.
and a
Let's
Lie?
do that. Give us some music.
Two Truths and a Lie, ladies and gentlemen. Who wants to start? Nick, you want to start us off?
Since you're
It's your game.
it's your game and you're the
Two
guy.
Truths and a Lie. If you don't know, I'll give you a little back story, I guess. Little what am I thinking of? Little Rules. I'll give you the rules.
Ground rules.
I'll lay down the ground rules. Thank you, Noah.
Lay down.
I appreciate that. Two truths and a lie. You say two things that are true about yourself, and one thing that's not true about yourself, and we have to see which one's true. All right. There.
All right.
Two truths and a lie.
Okay. Number one. I've smoked a cigarette before.
Okay.
And number two, I've broken my arm.
Okay.
Number three, when I was young, I used to play Pokemon outside with my friend. We used to pretend like we were playing Pokemon.
The cigarette's not true.
I'm gonna say no doubt in my mind you play Pokemon with your friends. You know, you're not. Let's just say you're not a social butterfly. You don't have a lot of women with you right now.
Yeah, this is when I was little.
You don't.
So
I'm gonna go with cigarette.
you guys are both right.
I'm saying cigarette because I know for a fact you've broken your arm. You've told me the story. You gonna tell the story?
Yes.
I was in between.
You gonna
the
tell the
two.
story?
Tell the story.
So,
We gotta hear it.
so I had this. I lived in this townhouse complex. Okay. At the on the row of houses adjacent to mine, at the end there was this boy named Cesar.
Cesar. Wow.
Cesar.
Where was he from?
I'm not sure, but he was not.
Cesar
from,
Augustus, or
he's not
All right.
from here.
Cesar
Let's just
salad.
say so anyway,
of the dog whispering.
when I was 3 years old,
Cesar
this is
Romano.
when I was 3 years old, I rode my trike over.
Cesar Romano. I'm listening.
I rode my trike over,
Okay.
and there's this little hill. So when I wasn't looking, he pushed me
Uh-oh.
down the hill. I fell, tumbled, hit my arm. The thing about it was his mom never apologized. His family, they were. It was a long story, but they didn't really admit to it.
What?
Cesar and your family, if you're listening, get out of my country. That's all I'm gonna say because
Go back to Greece.
you do not break someone's arm and then
I think,
pretend it didn't
Go
happen.
back to Rome,
Scot-free.
please.
Yeah.
No way. Okay.
All right, my turn.
Did they have their green card? Were they here illegally? Because you could have called them in. It's like, oh, you're not gonna pay for
I
my.
was 3. I didn't think of it.
You're not gonna pay for my broken arm. I'm calling you in.
All right.
Here's Noah's.
All right. Let me get these things.
Yeah, you gotta make 'em good,
Let me
like-
get these together.
Yeah. If you stump me, Nick didn't stump me. If you stump me, then you win. I mean, I'm gonna do one too, so we might tie.
I own a pair of Crocs. That's my first. Number 2, I'm allergic to an additive in most like hand sanitizers, especially Germex. And I have like three fire pits at my house, like 3 places where we burn wood.
Wow, that's a pretty tough one, actually.
I think it is.
This is pretty easy.
What was the
Alright.
first one again?
I own a pair of Crocs.
Ooh.
This one is very easy actually, because I know that the hand sanitizer one, it's B, because I see Noah Clarke putting on that hand sanitizer like a fiend.
You wear that Ben Gay, Noah?
Well, I'm not
You a-
fessing up.
You a Ben
yet.
Gay applier?
There's my.
That's
there's my
Nick's
2 cents.
input. We'll see who's
Okay.
right. All right.
I'll go ahead and jump in on that vote because the fire pit I feel like is true.
I've been to your house.
I feel like the fire pit's true.
I think you guys.
I know you have
know
at least one fire pit.
That one's a little obvious, probably.
Okay. What was the first one again? I keep forgetting.
I own a pair of Crocs.
I feel like, even though Crocs are terrible, I had a pair of Crocs when I was like 11. Several pairs. Pair or two. You know, one would wear out. I'd get a new pair.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had a pair of Crocs.
You haven't? Okay. But I feel like that's kind of like a defining moment in a child's life. You wear Crocs, you know. And then once you give up on life, you wear Crocs again. If you Miss Aline. She was running around in this Crocs. So I'm going to go ahead and B. I'm jumping in.
That's the one.
Yes.
It's kind of obvious. There's a bottle of Germex. That's how I got the idea in the
Can
studio.
you be allergic to Germex?
I believe Madison Sandy is still allergic. to
Really?
it. That's
But
what
it kills
that's what she
germs.
says. That's true.
And for the record, viewers, the bottle of Germex was next to the very expensive drum set in the studio.
I don't know if this is gonna dock me any points.
Dock.
But the Crocs were not Crocs brand.
Okay.
So there's 2 lies.
That might be two. That
2 lies
sounds
and
like
1
2 lies,
truth.
and it cannot be 2 lies.
Oh,
So you are
sorry.
disqualified.
So it's between me and Paige now.
If you heard me say dock,
I guess so.
do you know what docking is, Noah?
Yeah.
Okay, Nick, I think you know what docking is.
Well, the way you said that.
Yeah. I think Nick's quite
I can't.
familiar with
I can't say the explanation of docking without laughing a lot. Docking. Go on Urban Dictionary if you don't want to hear it.
Hey.
You don't think so?
Let's just.
Docking is when a gay man, 2 gay men, one circumcised, one uncircumcised, the circumcised one sticks the tip of his penile region into the tip of the uncircumcised man's penile region. And that's what docking is. It's a form of gay love. You know what I heard about docking that's disgusting? The other day?
That it exists.
No. Well, yeah. I heard that when you pull out, apparently, I think Daniel told me this. When you pull out, it makes a popping noise. I like a legitimate.
Hey, you learn something new every day.
You learn something new every day.
Some things you don't want to learn.
I like Urban Dictionary.
You can say that again.
Urban Dictionary is funny.
So it's time for Grandmaster host Paige Campbell's or 2 Truths and a Lie.
2 truths
You can
and
say that again.
a lie.
Here we go.
I gotta think of
This is
something.
for the big bucks.
This is for the big bucks.
Maybe do a little bit of this. Low volume.
Give me a little intro there. Maybe an outro at the end. See what it says? It says with the disk space on our computer, we could record for 844 more hours.
Well, let's do it.
Let's do it. You want to do a marathon? No, we're not doing that. What are you gonna stop at an hour maybe? We're at 47 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I should probably leave soon.
It is 8:12. Tell me when you have to go.
About now.
About now?
I mean, let's get your 2 truths.
2 truths and a lie, and there was a
lie
topic I
and your
wanted to
topic,
discuss.
and
Okay,
then
and then we can be done.
Quits.
Okay, that sounds about good.
And if I have to leave, before you guys are finished,
Get a little bit of playback here. Get a little bit
maybe
of
later.
playback.
Might be
So 2 truths and a lie. There's a formula to it. You have to do an obvious one. You know. You have to do one that's maybe true, maybe not.
2 that are a little close.
And then you have one that's, the lie has to sound believable.
Right.
So, yeah, but the obvious one is kind of a big.
You don't wanna. I've played this game once before, and I've fallen into the trap where I come up with them as I say them, and it becomes obvious.
Yeah, see,
that it's a
I'm still
lie.
not sure what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to think of a good one.
Because I was like, well, I've got a cat, I've got a haircut, and I've got superpowers.
Right.
And it's like,
exactly.
well, we know which one's false. Everybody knows you don't have a cat.
You don't have a cat?
I
You have 2.
I have 3.
You have 3. 3 cats. He's a cat guy. I'm not a cat guy. I hate cats, honestly. We do own 2, but that's on my family's behalf. I'm not a cat guy. You a cat guy, Nick?
Hate cats.
I like cat.
Do you?
Woman.
Cat me?
Wait, you hate cats?
But you like the way they taste.
For those of you who don't know, Nick is 1/4 Korean.
1/4. Pretty big. Nick, come back.
And we lost him.
All right, Nick's gone. Which means I only have to stump one person.
Well,
I only have to
good
stump Noah.
luck.
All right. In 5th grade. Wait, get Nick back in here.
Come on,
I want to stump both of
I'm
you.
sorry. We're sorry. We're both sorry about that.
I accept your apology. I'm sorry about that.
Okay. In 5th grade, I pooped my pants.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good start.
My father's name is Danny. Not Danny the dinosaur. Danny. You know it.
I don't know.
That's my obvious one. You gotta have an obvious
I
one.
know that to be true.
Yeah,
Let's
you
hear
know
the
I
third
know
one.
that to be true.
that. And I gotta think of a lie. I'm trying to think of a lie. I am allergic to gel.
Like Germex?
No, not Germex. Like the gel stuff that you put on for healing. I forget what it's called.
Germex.
No.
Aloe.
No, not aloe. It's
aloe vera.
it's something that's in, but it's like literally any ointment that you need to heal like a rash or something
Triple antibiotic.
will make me flare up.
Huh.
Okay. I've said my piece.
All right.
Here's the moment of truth. Let's take a minute to cast in our votes.
Yeah, let me think on this one.
I can't name that stuff.
Okay.
I don't think the microphone will pick that up, Nick. Even though it's hilarious.
All right. It's time to cast our votes.
Cast your votes.
I want to say the last. I think the first one's a lie.
Well,
Your dad's not named
You
Danny.
can't. Well, that's
I
you
don't-
got me.
He's Dr. Danny.
No, that's a good point. No, the you changed your answer, Nick.
What was it?
The first one's a lie.
What you got, Noah?
I know for a fact Paige pooped his pants. Because I pooped his pants too. So I'm going to go with 3.
3. Nick is correct. I did not poop my pants in 5th grade. Not in school. Don't get me wrong. I pooped my pants. Sometimes at home I'll just Nick's running around doing a victory dance, shaking.
Put that down.
That's expensive equipment.
You're a sore winner.
It's, I stumped one of you though, so that does indeed make me the champion. I'm sorry about that. That does indeed make me the champion. It's my show. I'm the winner.
It's your show. You're the winner. I got disqualified. What can I say?
Yeah, you did get disqualified, and Nick did not stump either of us.
I like that.
So, even if you didn't get disqualified, you did not stump either of us. Sometimes, but I did not poop my pants at school. Sometimes I'll be standing at Sometimes I'll be standing next to the bathroom and just poop my pants. Like I enjoy the sensation of pooping my pants.
It's a good feeling.
But I did not do it at school. It's a joke.
Let me ask you this. Do you prefer solid or sloppy?
Well, see, for sloppy, I'm just wearing my D pants. Don't get the solid
okay.
loafs in there. That's a Tim and Eric awesome show, great job
Alright.
reference. Great show, watch it.
Awesome
Awesome
They did
job.
a great job.
Awesome job, great show.
They did a great job.
They did a great job. Watch that show. That's a great show. Bedtime Stories is coming out soon.
Can't
so
wait.
Catch up.
It's a little plug for my new. Well, it's not.
It's a plug for my good friend Tim Heidecker and Eric Wareheim. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So we're almost done here. I'm gonna throw out my topic here. In your opinion, most overrated video game or video game series? It's a big one because I'm talking about like something that's critically acclaimed, people love it, and you played it and you were like, you know, it happens. It's happened to me. I've got.
All right, I gotta think about it for a little bit.
I can start us off if you guys have to think.
I know. I'm gonna guess.
You go? Okay, go ahead, Nick.
I'm gonna say Call of Duty franchise.
Okay,
No doubt,
that's fair.
No doubt,
Reasonable.
No doubt, Call of Duty is fun.
Right.
But people are. The thing I hate is I hear everyone saying, "Oh, let's play the Call of Duty Zombies mode."
Right.
I've no doubt that that's fun, but at the same time, it seems like it's a fad. You know what I mean? It seems like it's the thing to do. That's why they play it. It's not because they enjoy the actual gameplay as much as they just want to be on top of things. You know?
Right. See, the thing about Call of Duty is the appeal is the multiplayer. I'm not a multiplayer guy. You know, Smash Bros is the one game for me that's like multiplayer, yes. But other than that, like, I'm not a multiplayer guy. I'd rather just, you know, stay home, play by myself. But I'm not a multiplayer guy. You know, The appeal is the multiplayer. If you play the campaign, they're all the same. You know, that's a fact. There's been 10 years of Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Call of Duty. I saw a great tweet. The 10-year anniversary was like 2 or 3 months ago, and I saw a great tweet. It was like, Call of Duty is 10 years old today, along with its primary audience.
Classic.
Okay. I've got 2, sort of. My first one is Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider? Which...
Not the new Tomb Raider.
Okay.
The original PS1, the original trilogy, I guess. I didn't beat them because I hated them. I played the first 3. I got them. I was at G2K, and they were $5 each, and I was like, oh, these are supposed to be great. Like, I'll get them, you know. So I bought them, and they're terrible. They controlled terribly. I mean, in their time, they probably were great, but they do not hold up one bit. You know what I mean? Like in
I
their time.
haven't played them.
Oh, you
so
haven't? I mean, the thing is, okay, when the PS1 first launched, right? You know, the DualShock with the 2 analogs. When the PS1 first launched, the DualShock controller was not the controller. It was just it looked like a PS1 controller, but it did not have the analogs. So I think the first Tomb Raider was in a launch window, right? It was in the launch window of the console, so it came out within the first year, right? So that makes sense why it controls terribly, because you couldn't use the analogs. So it's a 3D game, and you're running around with these with the D-pad, which was just terrible. So I was like, okay, this is terrible, and I popped in the next one, right? Terrible. It's the same thing.
Really?
It's the same thing. You can't control. And I hear great things about these games.
I think the N64 one was pretty popular.
Was it?
There
Was there an
I think there was.
I thought it was a
I think
PS1
the first one might have. I'm not sure.
Other than like, there were like now it's not, but I thought the originals were PS1 exclusives.
I think there's. I'd have to.
Anyway,
sure
third one popped in, same thing. You used the D-pad to control, and that was well within the PS1's, lifetime.
I would say
the DualShock was out when the third one was out, so.
What I think a little overrated. And it's kind of general. A lot of apps obviously are.
Okay.
I don't know if those are video games per se.
I mean, there are video.
But
a game's a game.
I don't know. Regardless of what I've probably said before, I think a lot of sports games are kind of overrated.
Yeah.
I like them, but
that's kind of true. I could see what you're saying. Yeah, FIFA. That kind of ticks me off. You go over to people's house and they just want to play a sports game. Like, I'm not. I'm talking to you, Shadi Abdul Wahab. I don't know if I can say his name on the air.
You might get arrested.
They might come in.
Well, I don't hate sports games, but
Right. It's kind of the same, like. It's kind of the same idea, like with Call of Duty with sports games, because it's kind of the same idea, right? Because they're annual. And it's not that they're bad games, but they're all the same. You know what I mean?
Right.
Every year they're like, there was so much crap in the last one. They come out on the E3 stage and they're like, oh, there was so much crap in the last one. This year we finally mastered the art. And then next year on the E3 stage, there was so much crap in the last one. It's the same game every year. You buy it like every 5 years, you'll be good.
I would say
the roster's different in every sports game, but other than that, it's pretty much.
Well, I don't want to.
I have one more, and this is going to be kind of controversial, for me to say, but The Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask.
I have personally never played it.
Majora's Mask. Have you played it?
I think I know where you're coming from.
Because people love that game. People love that game. It's one of the most revered Zeldas. Like people hold it in such high regard. But I played it. I beat the first castle and I hated it. And I love Zelda games. Beat the first dungeon. I know I'm gonna get yelled at about that. Gonna get some flack. First dungeon. I beat the first dungeon and I hated it. And I love Zelda games. I've played most of them. There's probably a few DS titles I haven't beaten, but I've beaten most of them, and just it's terrible. The thing about it is, it was an interesting concept, and it felt very ambitious to me.
Mm-hmm.
What they did was that the game runs on a 24-hour cycle. It's not actually 24 hours, right? It runs on a cycle, And so you beat the first castle, but then you have to like rewind time and like come back to the
it's a
to the
bit.
beginning, and then you have to like do that all again. And if you
It's
run
kinda
out,
stressful.
if you run out of time, you have to do it all again. That's my thing. I love Zelda games. One of the main reasons I love Zelda games is because it's a huge world and you get to explore. And I felt rushed in Majora's
Right,
Mask.
right,
You
right,
don't
right.
have time to explore. You have to go straight to the castle. You have to get this thing, and if you don't do it fast enough, you have to restart.
Yeah, I
No,
think it's.
that's
I think
not
it's
fun.
a really good concept, like having.
Yeah,
like,
it felt very
transforming
ambitious to me.
yourself and everything. But yeah, it's. I don't know.
It felt very ambitious to me.
I see where you're coming from. I don't hate it. I haven't played it enough to. Have
I
an
hated
opinion.
it. And I mean, I beat the first dungeon, so I felt like I put enough time in
I
it to
played
make an
maybe
honest
an
assessment.
hour of it,
Yeah.
maybe less, probably less.
Okay, well, I think that'll wrap it up for the first ever Paige Campbell show. Thank you for listening,
Alright.
and have a conversational day. Let's have some outros.